A lot of bad boys. You play a lot of bad boys.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do. We're waiting for those other romantic comedies.
Yeah. We're gonna get the Latino gordito in the romantic comedies. That's for right. Sure. That's All right. Julio, you just came out in a movie, and it's funny because on the day that Tom Brady retired, you showed your picture from the red carpet. You were actually hanging out with Tom Brady. Was it the day he retired? Is it?
So he announced it the following day.
Yeah.
But I was hanging out the day before on my birthday.
Yeah. And you're there, you're on the red carpet. The movie's called 80 for Brady. It just came out. And it's funny because I see you around town because this is your home. You know, I know you flip-flop around New Orleans and Hollywood and different places where you go and act. And I asked you, what's next? And you're like, I don't know, we'll see, you know? And then like 2 weeks later, you know, you're posting about 80 for Brady. And so I was like, this guy didn't want to tell me about 80 for Brady. But no, it's strange Hollywood rules, right?
Just because I know that I wasn't a, you know, significant character in this movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was going to be in it. That everything was going to work out, just because I had that experience earlier in my career where I booked my first, you know, Hollywood movie, and I'm telling my friends, my family, and all of a sudden, you know, we're watching the movie and I'm not in it. They cut me.
Yeah.
They left me on the editing room, you know. So now, whether I'm in 20 scenes or maybe just one, I try to make sure that I know for a fact that I'm going to be in it before I announce it. But, you know, it's one of those things where you just, you know, you got to wait, you know, until they make the announcement that they want to make, as far as the studios go, and we'll go from there.
You're working with a very big name, and it's kind of an exciting thing.
So I've been very fortunate in my career. I've worked with people with like James Gunn, you know, one of the directors I worked with on Lodge 49 is now directing Thunderbolts, I believe that's what it's called, for Marvel.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been working with amazing people, obviously Elgin on Mayans, MC, you know, and the list keeps growing as far as, before I say the name, I'm going to say this. A lot of people ask me who I want to work with next, who I want to, you know, share screen time with. And I stopped saying that because my career has gone in a way that I never imagined it would.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm working with amazing people.
People that exceed who you want to work with.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, you know, coming up next, I don't know how it's going to work out just because, you know, there's a lot of ins and outs of Hollywood. But I filmed a TV show with J.J. Abrams.
Wow.
Yeah. So
J.J. Abrams lost J.J. Abrams.
Correct.
Lost. One of the biggest shows ever.
Correct.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's produced all the Mission Impossible movies as of late, Star Trek,
it's a big name.
Star Wars, correct.
Yeah.
So him appreciating what I do as an actor was a big moment for me, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen with that show, if it's going to come out, if it's going to continue or not. But I know that I did the work with him, and it's one of those experiences that hopefully people get to see. And if not, you know, I lived it, right? So that's for me is a little selfish right there. But as long as you do the legwork, opportunities start popping up.
Is there, besides this show, is there something else that you worked on that might be coming out soon?
Those I really can't talk about. I really can't.
Or movies?
Or movies. A lot of animation now. Opportunities are coming, and not because of anything else other than doing the work, right?
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of luck, but if I'm not at the right place, right time, and prepared, it's never going to happen.
Yeah. What is it that you want to tell your Laredo friends and family right now, that maybe it's kind of hard that you have to keep, I guess, repeating to people individually?
Being away from home for the last 10 plus years, I've learned that family is very important to me.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you do come home.
So when I do come home, I spend time with my family and my closest friends, right? That turned into family.
Yeah.
Right. I was giving you the example where, you know, if I'm not with my immediate family, I'm with my best friend and his. Yeah. And it's one of those things where even if he's not available and the family goes camping, I still go with his family, you know? So for me, it's one of those things where family is very important. So if you don't see me out at every event, if you don't see me out at a club or a bar or anything like that, it's mainly because I'm with my close ones.
You're spending time with the ones that are important to you.
Correct.
And I'm sure that, you know, everyone wants to hang out with their old friend from high school that's now in movies with Margot Robbie.
I understand, right? I think it's exciting for, you know, my community to see what's possible.
Yeah.
Right?
And to have a friend that's done stuff like that.
Correct. And I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah.
But I do understand, like one of my uncles was telling me, like, man, you're you're in the movies. Like, I just went to the movies and I saw you on the big screen. So for me, it feels normal. Just like I told you, it feels normal because it is my regular job.
But it's exciting for the people that know you.
Correct. And that's why I don't hate it. That's why I don't get upset about it. I'm just I'm blessed, man. I really am, because I'm doing what I want to be doing. As long as I keep doing the work, maybe sooner or later I'll look back at my career and be like, oh, I did that.
Yeah.
You know? Even today, you know, my career could end today and possibly look back at what I've done. I'm like, man, I had a decent run. Yeah. I love going back to like my elementary school, my middle school, my high school, and even rival high schools, right? Like I've done, you know, conversations with the basketball team at Nixon. Shout out to Coach Pete Solis. Yeah. Seriously, one of the guys who supported me since day one in high school. Like he was always just like a me fan, right? Yeah. I like doing that because in high school I had this one guy. I can't remember his first name, which kills me. But his name was Mr. Ceballos. He came to my art class in high school and started talking about how he was a makeup artist on Titanic. If anybody knows anything about me, I started acting because I fell in love when I saw that Titanic the first time. So I'm like, that was the first time I noticed. When he's
painting her naked, that made me want to act too.
No.
Julio Ruiz.
Don Julio Ruiz on all social medias, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok. Even though I don't get on it as much, I only have maybe 3-4 videos on there. But you know, sooner or later, I'll post some stuff. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be going, but I do want to say this: when I'm out there, people know Laredo, and I don't know how or what he's seen. But I was speaking with Idris Elba, right? And he knew exactly where Laredo was.
Idris Elba? Idris Elba knows Laredo.
And I'm telling you right now, man, I am so proud to be from this community. Yeah. Kind of people that come out from Laredo are hard workers, are believers, and want to strive for greatness. Whether it was your grandparents, your great-grandparents, or your parents that came from a different country to try to have a better life for you, I think the people that come from here, they get it, right? So they want to work hard. They want to, you know, put out positive messages for other people, and I just want to give that love back. So to everybody in Laredo, shout out to you. I love you all, and just again, thank you for the continued support. You know, normally you would think that you would get that bad vibe and like, you know how it is. Like, exactly. It's been the complete no, but it's been the opposite. And I want to say that, man, I feel it, whether it's in my messages, in person, phone calls, text messages, things like that. I appreciate all of you. So again, Laredo, thank you so much for that.
Gilbert just sent in a message right now. Gilbert said that he's loving this interview. It's a lot of positive vibes. So Gilbert, shout out to you. Thanks for listening this morning. And be on the lookout because he's got more movies. He's in 80 for Brady right now with some legendary ladies in it. Yeah. Who is your favorite?
You know what? I don't know if I want to say my favorite, but it all started with Jane Fonda. Yeah. I show up, I'm scared, right? I mean, these are Oscar-winning ladies or nominated, just legends in the space, right? Yeah. And I show up and Jane's like, oh, hi, I'm Jane. What's your name? I'm like, oh, like
that's
nothing.
So weird, man.
Like nothing.
Like I can just imagine Jane Fonda. Hey, what's up? I'm Jane.
Yeah, man. And so
yes, I know who you are.
She introduced me to the other ladies. But obviously I've seen all of their work, right? I think they're hilarious in the movie. I had one Paramount executive come up to me after the first screening. We went to the Paramount lot. It's my first time being invited on that lot, which is amazing. And he comes up to me, he's like, hey man, I just want you to know, like, you're in one of the most legendary scenes that's ever gonna be out there. Yeah. And in my head, I couldn't grasp it. I didn't understand what he was saying. And then he said, you have 4 legends. Yeah. 4 legends in your scene. And obviously it's one of those moments where you just have to capture it and thank goodness it showed on screen. Yeah. But he pointed out to me, right, we make over 200 shows a year. Yeah. And we make about 10 movies a year. And you're probably one of the better ones that we're gonna make this year. So man, that just to hear that, working with those ladies, sooner or later I'll post some of the pictures that I have with them from set. But Rita Moreno, I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, right? Dude, that lady's a legend.
Sally Field, Lily Tomlin, and like I said, Jane Fonda. They're
all legends.
All of them.
And you're there giving them a hard time.
When I tell you that I no longer say, oh, I want to work with so-and-so, I can't.
You can't. You've already worked with some crazy names.
Things start happening. Things start coming my way that I never expected. And you know what? I'm just like accepting everything that comes my way, right? It comes in waves, right? I heard this amazing interview recently on the Hollywood Roundtable where this guy said that he was complaining about how he just his life is either too high or too low, right, with moments. But he said that, you know, he wishes he only had maybe like just a steady baseline, right?
Yeah.
And his therapist told him, well, look, man, when you're alive, your heart rate goes up and down.
Yeah.
And if it stays in the middle, you flatline.
Yeah, you flatline.
Man, that hit me so hard.
It's crazy.
So I accept the good with the bad because whatever comes my way, man, it's been amazing. So yeah.
Ups and downs means you're alive, everybody.
Correct.
Keep that heart beating.